Hello, hello, and welcome back for the happiest episode of Perfidious Pete Plays XCOM The Long War on Earth. And do please note that this episode is not to be confused with, nor in any way affiliated with, the happiest place on Earth. Because I'm pretty sure if I violate a Disney trademark, their lawyers can probably figure out a way to legally annex my soul in a litigation court. And also because if you've ever visited a Disney park or resort, you know that the only true happiness to be found in either Orlando or Anaheim is at the bottom of a glass in the bar of the airport departure lounge. But I digress. Disney's evil aside, I'm still stoked because our last episode put us a mere 2 missions short of never, ever fighting Exalt again. And not only did we achieve that goal, but we also did it without having to watch any of our troopers get rendered down into their constituent atoms by Exalt weapons fire, while Optimus Prime reminded us of his need for our covertness. So, all in all, pretty damn successful episode. Now, 3 of our top kicks are going to be sidelined for the next few days due to fatigue, but honestly, considering none of them got their faces blown off, I really feel it was a complete win. So let's get to work then, try and capitalize on our success, get some forward momentum going, start rolling down the hill, sort of like Oprah when somebody tips her out of her chair. Once she gets moving forward, she can't be stopped. Both in the business world and the physical world, because Oprah both a, physical and media juggernaut. Anyway. Okay, so I guess we don't really need a scan. What is asset recovery? Apparently it's a council mission. Okay. Not the greatest council mission reward we've ever seen. 80 credits, not a fantastic reward, and 40 Illyrium, which honestly we don't really need. But we can sell it, and Illyrium does sell pretty good, and we do need cash. Also, we don't really have a choice unless we're just going to say flat out no, and I think that would probably disappoint our transforming super tanker truck Optimus Prime, although Optimus Prime's not a tanker truck, he's more of just a regular garden variety semi. Unless you're into Transformers 4, that is, in which case he's a busted out, ranged out old cube semi, for whatever reason. Also, how the hell did he get into and out of that movie theater? I mean, it's not like there was a giant hole in the side of the fucking building that he just drove on in and parked. I digress. Plot holes in Transformers 4. I mean, that's actually probably how he got in. He just drove in through a plot hole. Anyway, let's get this mission started.
Excellent. We look forward to seeing your progress.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, Optimus Prime. You shouldn't really look forward to anyone seeing my progress since you're constantly reminding me that I need to keep this shit under wraps. So, if you could just come to a consensus on what it is you precisely want me to do. I mean, not that I'm going to do it, because I really don't care, but either way, I mean, at least a consistent message would be handy. At least give me something to shoot for. Alright, so we are going to take Rihanna. For this mission, the asset recovery map, I think is the one where you have to go fetch the general, which means it's going to be on the Highway of Death, which is, as much as I hate the Highway of Death, we actually haven't played that map in a while, so I'm not totally torn up about it. But if we are going to be on that map, a sniper, quite a useful little tool to bring into the mix, so we're going to bring Rihanna along. Scope, high capacity mags, Gauss long rifle, little Banshee armor. That's got Rihanna sorted. And I didn't actually mean to call Rihanna a tool there. Honestly, I think in the whole Rihanna situation, probably her paramour, the bigger of the tools. Chris Brown just excited by the fact that his name and big and tool were used in the same sentence. I'm just saying, he could be compensating for something. Although that's probably not true, because based on the photos he's posted on Instagram and the internet, he looks, I don't really want to talk about how well endowed Chris Brown is, but let's just say he doesn't seem to be hurting. Anyhow, Joss Whedon, speaking of hurting, we're still hurting over what you did to George Clooney, and I'm wondering if we're ever going to forget, actually, Joss Whedon. It's important to note that the way I evaluate my troopers, basically, my least favorite trooper is whomever the last trooper was that missed a shot that got someone killed. And currently, Clooney's still in that doghouse. We're going to toss him some milk bones here and, maybe a chew toy. Little Aegis armor, Gauss machine gun, scope, alloy, bipod. That's going to get the Whedonizer sorted. What else do we want to grab here? Definitely an infantry guy. Probably don't have any good infantry available. Real Steel, still a little sleepy. Jean-Claude is available, and honestly, he may be our... Ugh. Alright then, so it's going to be JCVD leading the charge here. He'll be doing splits between two cars down the middle of the highway, which, while impressive, not exactly particularly useful when it comes to making aliens beat dead. We will give him the Slim Shady Memorial Slug Slinger, as well as a scope and a laser sight. Scout and Assault Trooper are next on the list, and we're probably just going to take top available. Do I hate myself enough to take Tara Reid? Well, I mean, the answer to that question is a resounding yes. I absolutely hate myself that much. But I'm also going to take Tara Reid because, at this point, fuck it. Curse may be real, curse may not be real. I'm just tired of talking about it. And maybe, just maybe, we'll get lucky enough that Tara Reid will fucking die. There's no way I'm going to get that lucky. If anything happens, it'll be everyone but Tara Reid will die, because that's just the way shit goes for our XCOM play. But still, a man can dream, can't I? Miley, yeah, Cyrus, we'll take her along as well. Yeah, has actually been quite good for her. She's turned in a number of solid performances. Counter to her typical strategy of canceling concerts, barely showing up, and lip-syncing along to the DMR machine while she parades about the stage, wiggling her ass. But I digress, once again. So, breaching ammo, of course, in case of Berserker, bring breaching ammo. You know what? I don't think we're going to find a Berserker on this map. Pretty much going to be just Thin Men. I'm still going to take breaching ammo because I'm unimaginative, and changing her kit would require at least a moment's thought, and I'm basically just going to go straight up and say, fuck that noise. Did we take Shia LaBeouf last mission? We did not. Alright, so we're going to take McBeef this mission just so we can, after this is over, get him shoved into some psychic training to see if maybe McBeef has mastered his psychic powers. The man has eaten a number of human bodies, and it's possible that devouring their brain tissue has perhaps enhanced his mental abilities somehow. I mean, it seems like an unlikely outcome, but this is Shia LaBeouf we're talking about. And I think we'll go with, well, let's go with Kim Junkyard Kardashian. Now, Kimmy's been reduced to the point where her willpower, let's just say, appropriate for a Kim Kardashian level of intervention. She has about the right amount of willpower. She's been shot a lot, old Kimmy. She's a little beaten down. We are going to give her a Gauss carbine, some alien grenades, and while her 36 willpower isn't exactly fantastic and pretty much precludes her from going on any mission where we might ever encounter an ethereal ever again, she should be good enough for a council mission still. It's not exactly overrun with mind control units on one of these missions, so she'll probably be okay. Now, we could take T-Swizzle, which is actually an interesting choice, and I am considering it, but I do want to see what other mech troopers we have available. Like Ashley Tycoon Olsen would be next best run, and I'm just going to go ahead and give a flat-out no to that. So we are going to wheel out the Crimson-Lipped Goddess of Death, Tay-Tay, T-Swizzle, the Mad Murderess. She can equip a proximity mine launcher. I'm glad we got that done. That's interesting, actually. We haven't had a chance, really, to put the proximity mine launcher into sort of testing. And I'm not overly sanguine about Tay-Tay's chances to deploy the flamethrower, but can we give her all three? Let's see if we can maybe... Can we equip her with... No, we cannot. Okay. So you know what? I think actually proximity mine and grenade launcher, if this is the map, I think it's going to be where it's the long roadway with just a bunch of cars on it. Probably the explosives might be more useful. Also, we could use Tay-Tay in sort of a scouting capacity, ever go forward, throw out a proximity mine, and then just back up. I don't think she's going to have a lot of opportunity to wield the flame to bear, as much as I do desperately love my flamethrower. You know what? Actually, let's switch it up. I love the flamethrower so much. screw it. We're just going to go with the proximity mines, because we want to try them out. I'm sorry, Taylor. You won't be getting to boil any Thin Men on this particular mission. You're going to have to, you know, just going to have to be satisfied with exploding. I know it's over too quickly for you when they explode into a cloud of red mist, and it sort of fails to sate your unsatiable bloodlust, but just going to have to make do for once, Taylor. I promise we'll let you set some people on fire next time. Well, let's get stuck in.
Brazilian authorities have requested our help.
And I was told this would be a long roadway, but this looks more like a gas station. I suppose there's a roadway that leads up to the gas station, so it wasn't a complete and total lie, just largely incorrect. Which, considering the intel came from Bradford, I'm not sure why I'm surprised. Thanks, Tony Scott. The zoom was really dramatic there,
A
by the
friend
way.
of the council relayed a tip that a truck transporting some unusual cargo may have been intercepted by
I'm
a
going to
small
guess that
band of
unusual
X-rays.
cargo is a person,
We don't know what the
and
cargo
we
is.
should probably
If
go
they
rescue
want
him.
it, then we need to seize it first. Eliminate all hostiles.
It's actually always a guy, Central, so, you know, nobody's going to be surprised here. Did we bring a single battle scanner? We do have a medic. He should have a battle scanner. Alright, McBeef has some battle scanners. Let's have McBeef deploy one. Just out of an abundance of caution. Gonna take this one kind of slow and steady. So, McBeef, what do you say you take a peek and see what's down by the pumps? Also, what's the price of gas here? We have to take a peek. Gas price has been dropping dramatically lately. Let's see if XCOM is with it in the low gas price department. So, no enemies, huh? Alright then. Well, we're going to take an opportunity then, I think, to stick Rihanna in sort of a forward firing position. That should be a safe move for Rihanna. Alright, and that's going to have her fairly well sorted for the remainder of the mission, actually. And for the rest of the team, I think we'll just advance at best possible speed.
Location
Again,
confirmed.
this should be a relatively safe area. We have the battle scanner up and running. And if Tay-Tay doesn't pop a pod, that should be a safe move for the Weedenizer as well. Where to put Tara Reid? I mean, I'd like to throw her inside of a roving blender or perhaps a garbage disposal, but I don't exactly have one of those available right now, so
On Overwatch.
I guess we'll have to make do with what we've got. Let's have Yeah take a look down here just to double check and make sure the coast is clear. It is clear. Alright then. Intriguing. KCVD, why don't you head to there? And Junkyard, I want you to keep pace actually with the Weedenizer and Tay-Tay. I know it's tough when you're packing that much junk in the trunk. It's tough hauling it around and you get a little tired, but hope you've been working on your cardio, Kim, because I predict you're going to be having to do a lot of movement. Now, that was a sectoid noise. And there again, which leads me to believe we're probably going to have mechtoids running around somewhere. So we're just going to take a turn to gather up, get everyone in a good position, sort of refocus our efforts, concentrate our firepower, if you will. And I wouldn't be surprised, actually, if this spawns a pod. Oh, still nothing, huh? Alright, then. Interesting. And I say that more to fill space than because it's actually interesting. We're going to bring... let's have Kim Kardashian go there. For now. You can go on Overwatch.
Commander.
Actually, I really feel that Rihanna is probably in about the best position she's going to occupy. I don't know if we're going to actually have Rihanna move for the rest of the mission. She may just be stationary. So, let's see how far a proximity mine can go. They actually go pretty far. Let's check that one out. And sort of make sure our flank is protected.
In position.
Ain't nobody sneaking up that way, then. So let's get Tara Reid a little bit further forward. That should, again, once it'd be a safe move. There should be no chance of spawning a pod there. Miley, yeah, Cyrus.
That's affirmative.
She's moving those hips like yeah, nodding that head like yeah.
Got my eyes on.
I'm told occasionally she parties in the USA, but Miley is an international traveler, so she will occasionally party in locations other than the USA.
Already there.
Now, when she does so, she does not nod her head like yeah or move her hips like yeah, even though that's about as non-specific a song lyric as one could possibly come up with. How does one move their hips like yeah? I'm just curious what that motion looks like. Alright, so here comes some enemies. What do we got? Exalt! Well, lovely. And here I was just praising the fact that we would not have to be fighting these cocksucking sons of bitches anytime in the near future, so of course,
They got me flanked.
Exalt, ever the opportunist, looking to make me look like not only a piece of shit, but also irritate the holy living fuck out of me. Well played, Exalt, well played.
They're moving around the side.
Yeah, well, they should be setting off that proximity mine if they be moving around the side too terribly much more. On the plus side, we do have a number of guys near a lot of things that are willing to and able to explode. And we have a number of explosives to bring to bear. It seems like our alien friends may not necessarily have placed themselves in the greatest position of all time. Specifically, Taylor Swift here is gonna, well, she's gonna do some damage. Kind of wishing at this moment, though, that I had brought the flamethrower, because Tay-Tay would be able to put a serious wrecking on some sons of bitches had she brought the flamethrower. Gonna go with just a regular grenade here. This should eliminate some cover, also explode a gas pump, and pretty much ruin a whole lot of day. That was quite good damage, actually. So, Junkyard. You know, I think actually old Kimmy has a chance to sort of finish things up. Why don't you just repeat that last play, Kim, with another grenade of your own, and we should have a whole pile of corpses here. Boink. Nice work. Alright, so Kim Kardashian getting it done for us. Let's see what the Whedonizer can come up with. It's a pretty good shot. Go ahead and take that, Joss. Somebody needs to pick that guy off. And that was a monstrously huge critical. Joss Whedon clearly aiming to impress us with his abilities. It's evident that he's trying to make up for the whole George Clooney thing. I mean, he's really working hard for us, trying to prove that he is not the biggest piece of shit to ever walk the planet. But, well, I got to tell you, it's going to be tough to convince me, Joss. It's going to take more than one huge critical. I mean, fair warning. You're going to have to do better than that, sir. I mean, that's a good start. Don't get me wrong, Josh. Rihanna, your proclivity for missing very, very high percentage shots is becoming quite troublesome. That's, I mean, it's getting to be sort of like a routine thing for you. That's not exactly a quality problem to have. That was not the greatest hit in the world, either. Just kind of throwing that out there. Make of that what you will.
I'm on it, Commander.
Not going to have McBeef fire right away. We're probably going to have McBeef throw a smoke grenade. I do want to see what Yeah can come up with before we do anything too terrifyingly dangerous or crazy. Actually, I think we'll have Yeah go for a little bit of a run and gun. This may not give her a great shot, but it should give her an okay shot at least one unit. Alright, she's got a flank shot, which is not even her best chance to hit, so we'll go ahead and shoot at this operative. 6 damage. Reasonable. McBeef with a coin flip to finish that guy off. Let's see what Tara Reid can bring to the table. I'm guessing a bottle of moose juice is the only thing Tara Reid is likely to bring to the table. That's pretty much all around terrible there, Tara. And rather than take any kind of dangerous risks, we're just going to go ahead and cover our most exposed units with a little bit of smoke. Now, Miley Yeah Cyrus is over there in full cover, but anybody who tries to flank her, Miley is probably going to be able to get a shot off at him, so not too worried about that. When moving one's hips like Yeah, it provides a veritable rock-solid platform from which to fire at your enemies. That guy taking cover behind a gas pump because apparently he's unaware how gasoline works. Fortunately, that cover not destructible, otherwise Miley would be in serious trouble. We may want to try and slap a heal on her. No proximity mine, huh? Still not going off. What, do they have to actually step on it? Mr. Sectoid's going to have to fall back there, or he's going to be too near an exploding object. Alright then. So that Sectoid clearly falling back to try and rally his friendly aliens. We're gonna make that work against him.
I'm on the move.
Don't spawn a pod here, Tara Reid. Alright, now why don't you go ahead and throw a flush shot at that guy? I don't expect you to hit, I just would like you to move. So once again, Tara Reid is nothing, I mean, if anything, she's definitely about thwarting expectations. I mean, clearly that's her bag. You never get what you expect with Tara Reid. And I think we'll just have Taylor Swift walk up and kill this man. The Crimson Lips Death Goddess with a nice 100% hit chance. And that's another heart for the pile. Taylor Swift keeps a pile of human hearts under her bunk. Sort of a pay into the older, more vicious death gods of the long-forgotten eras. Gullies, your sort of your Mayan and Aztec gods. It's kind of like Taylor's homage to those forebears of yesteryear. We're actually just going to have Van Damme reload. McBeef's going to step up. We're going to put him on Overwatch. It's just a sectoid out there. I'm not too terrifyingly concerned about him. You know what? Why don't you go on Overwatch, Whedon?
Got it covered.
Junkyard, Overwatch actually would be alright for you as well. Rihanna, I want you to reload and then go on Overwatch. And yeah, I want you over here. Oh, actually, where did I put McBeef? Is that McBeef? Why don't you get over here, and I want you to hunker down. And next turn, we'll have McBeef throw a little salve at you. Now, I know that you could definitely use some salve, Miley, because, let's face it, some of your activities of late have possibly infected you with some sexually transmitted types of infections or diseases, if you prefer. I know the preferred new nomenclature is actually STI as opposed to STD. To me, it seems sort of an arbitrary. I mean, why would you care what they're actually called? Doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense. Also, Miley not going to be close enough to get a heal on someone. That's delightful. So I'm thinking once again we're probably going to go with a dynamic grenade action.
Position confirmed.
We're going to bring Tay-Tay up. Tay-Tay's going to destroy some gas pumps for us once again. Where's our biggest cluster of enemies? We got, well, let's just drop it on that guy's head. Possibly gets a sectoid, definitely gets 2 Exalt guys, and a gas pump to boot. So some fantastic damage there, or at least some very good damage. I don't know if we could rate it at fantastic, but we should have a number of very, very good shots here with Rihanna. And we're going to go for this long shot simply because I don't think we're going to have another unit that can even target that guy. So hit number 1, and this should be a double tap round. Let's see what Rihanna can do with the double. 64. Can Rihanna pull it out? Oh, she does it. Now, if she does that 3 times in a mission, would that constitute a triple-double? I think it would. I mean, I think that would be a triple-double. I believe there's an Exalt Trooper. Yeah. I was going to say, I want to kind of put her Tara Reid there, but I'm pretty sure there's an Exalt guy on the roof and would make that a very, very bad decision. Flush shot. So we got some easy money. Actually, I think I like the bad chance at the sectoid best. Go ahead and just take this flush shot. 2 damage, and we got the little fellow to scamper forward. That's going to make old Kim K here. It's going to leave her with a fantastic opportunity to do a little bit more grenade work for us. I'm going to go for the gas pump, even though this is not necessarily the best use of Kimmy's grenade. Thought the gas pump explosion might allow us to net a kill, but it did not. Joss Whedon has a number of targets. Who does he have flanked? Well, he can't get a shot at the flank target. Alright. Well, that's a kill, so we'll have Joster go ahead and take that one. 3 times firing, 3 kills for Joss Whedon. He's starting to pull his way out of the basement. Just like to point that out, Joss. You're feeling a little bit better about bringing you along and your contributions on the mission here. Just going to throw that out there. 4 shots, 4 kills, so Joss Whedon eager to make up for the George Clooney debacle. It's clear that he's desperate to make things right. And that's going to be a kill for Van Damme. Dink. Nice. Round to the head. JCVD. Not pulling any punches, speaking of VD. And 2 kills for Jean-Claude. Alright, so things going pretty damn well here. I dare say almost swimmingly well, but
Got it covered.
I'm rarely that optimistic, so we're gonna have Miley advance. She may have a shot, and if she does, we'll probably take it. How good is it? It's not even worth taking. So we're just gonna Overwatch, and we are gonna have old McBeef here throw a little bit of salve at Miley just to patch her up. Yeah, there you go. Miley's safe. This car has exploded, so even if we get a grenade dropped on us, it shouldn't kill either of our troopers. Might send McBeef to the hospital for a bit, but that's reasonable, actually. Although we do want to get him in for a little psychiatric evaluation. Again, not necessarily sure that's the right term. Psychiatric evaluation.
Help! Help! Someone help!
So panic then for Tara Reid. Not really a problem.
Engineering of possible
Taylor Swift
repairs.
laughs at 5 damage and may just kill you in return. And pretty close. Either way, the Crimson-Lipped Death Goddess laughs at a meager 5 damage. She has no fear, no concern. She'll take that all day long. And that guy went on Overwatch, which is, I gotta admit, unexpected. And something of a problem, considering our scout is panicked. So I think we're gonna have Kim K just go ahead and wrap this whole situation up. There you go. That's sorted then. Kim Kardashian, of course, notorious for her sorting abilities. You should see her closet. Her shoes organized by designer, size, color, and then shape. It's pretty impressively done. It's like a rainbow of fruit flavors, except with no fruit and more shoes. And probably not a whole lot of flavor. I've got to imagine that the flavor of the shoes would be
Affirmative, Commander.
at least somewhat unpleasant. I was aware, actually, that this was going to draw Overwatch, but if anybody's going to have to take that shot, Taylor Swift is the right person for the job. So that was deliberate Overwatch that we accepted. And in return, Taylor is going to do this gentleman a disservice by putting a grenade in his mouth and destroying his cover. Didn't do that sectoid any favors either in the cover department. That's going to give Miley Yeah Cyrus a fantastic run and gun opportunity. Going to bring her up, drop her down. The twerkster going to twerk her way into cover behind that pole. And let's face it, Miley was always going to wind up on the pole. There was just no two ways about that. This is just probably not the pole anyone actually expected to Miley to wind up on. JCVD is going to advance. I hoped he would have a shot, but he does not. Really no cover available for the Beepster. Whedon also no target. Any place, any good cover for the Whedonizer? What about up here? Probably a terrible idea. We're going to have Whedon dash then. And one thing we do know, it's absolutely safe over here. Nobody's sneaking up on us from that direction. Just not going to happen.
Stepping off.
Gonna bring McBeef over there just in case Tara Reid needs a little inspiration. And Tay-Tay patching up 2 health, and I think we just have 2 units left on the map. There's just 2 sectoids left, I think. One of which hunkered down. I don't anticipate that doing him a whole hell of a lot of good. And we should have Miley just be able to run into this store and finish off Johnny Come Lately, who apparently ran out the back door. That's delightful. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to deploy a proximity mine over there.
Proximity mine has been placed.
Don't know if that's going to do any good. I'm also curious if the frequency of the beeping has some kind of indicator of how close it is to an enemy. Like, does it beep faster the closer someone gets to it? I mean, it seems like that would be a
Kill confirmed.
useful sort of addition. And we're going to have Miley go on Overwatch. Jean-Claude, why don't you just advance to there, buddy? Kimmy,
Moving out.
and head to that full cover and reload.
Ready to rock.
Rihanna, why don't you reload, actually? And then you can go on
I hear,
Overwatch.
Commander.
McBeef, you're probably good where you're at, buddy. And Joss, what to do with Joss? Oh, that man is dead. For a second, I thought there was an Exalt Trooper just hiding behind that pole. But I think he's just got the Nicolas Cage sort of foot twitch thing going. And
I'm ready.
no Sean Connery available to kill him again, unfortunately, for our XCOM Trooper. So they're just going to have to deal with it. Come on back in that door. So when does that thing go off? Never? Seems like never is the answer to that question. Pretty sure it's just the one sectoid left.
On my way.
So in order to facilitate sectoid death, I really do want to try out these proximity mines, however. Can I launch one back here? Cannot. Can I launch it out the window? Yes. Alright, let's do that then. Maybe I can't. Well, Tay-Tay's out of regular grenades, so let's just, I guess we'll throw a proximity mine down there.
Laying mines.
Tay laying mines, it's actually code for writing another song.
Heading
When she
out.
says laying mines, what she means is she's actually just
Ready
pinned
to rock.
another tune about heartbreak for her upcoming album. So I'm sure everyone's going to be excited about that. It'll be like the 17th
Back
time
online.
she wrote a song about getting dumped by John Mayer.
Got it. Moving.
John Mayer, in our barracks, also, by the way, is
Headed there now.
getting more than a little sick of hearing that shit, I gotta say.
Roger that. Scanning.
So, Rihanna,
Roger.
keep
I've
doing
got
your
my
thing.
eyes
You're,
on.
you're doing a good job back there.
Got it covered.
Hunkering down. Rihanna, concerned Chris Brown may have followed her to the mission despite the restraining
All an
order.
ass.
So she's just keeping a low profile. Never hurts to be cautious. Tay gonna repair 1 health. And our sectoid friend still scampering around back there.
What was that sound?
Clearly deterred by the proximity mines, although I think he just set that one off and killed himself. So, there we go. Operation Dying Grave. Poor little fella, he just couldn't handle the strain and stepped on a mine. That's unfortunate. Also, that didn't exactly do fantastic damage. And a little bit concerned about whether the proximity mine launcher was a good investment or not. Either way, Operation Dying Grave, featuring no casualties or graves except for our foes, which is fantastic. Man, that guy died fucking hard. Look at that shit. That's splatterific right there. That's some Grindhouse sort of Rob Zombie style death. Anyway, mission accomplished. Let's head back to base. Rob Zombie Splatterfest, of course. Always lovely to watch. Tony Scott getting in his customary, here lands the Sky Ranger.
We can only hope that all of
No
our future
promotions? Oh,
deployments
T
go as
Swift
well
got
as
a
this one
promotion.
did.
I think it's about time Tay got a promotion. She's pushing the 4-to-1 mission to kill ratio here. She's 81 kills in 24 missions. That's why she's the Crimson Lipped Goddess of Death right there, because Tay gets that shit done. When it comes to taking a man apart, Taylor Swift, well healed in that department. I mean, not only physically, because she will dismember you, cut your limbs off, and drink your blood, but she can also metaphorically eviscerate you with her songstress stylings. I mean, she can do it with a knife or a guitar. It's pretty goddamn impressive. Let's go ahead and get Tay-Tay's promotion taken care of. Absorption fields are interesting. Rapid fire is real good. Run and gun is even better. Wow, that's a bunch of really good abilities. I'm very much wishing we had taken close encounters instead of. Well, actually, you know what? You can't use close encounters in conjunction with run and gun. Actually, so run and gun. Actually, close encounters would be better. Really, I think with rapid fire. So for our other Marauder, then, that'll be Drake. I think we may, I know he does have close encounters, so we may give him rapid fire, but let's take advantage of run and gun, then. Since we sort of screwed up and gave her reactive targeting sensors, maybe we can undo a little bit of the damage that we did when specking Tay by giving her a run and gun. So let's go for it. And that's got T-Swizzle sorted. That is our first fully promoted mech trooper, by the way, as well. 3 sectoid corpses, 15 weapon fragments, man. I'm assuming we got some Exalt corpses. Of course, you can't really do anything with those.
Remember, we will be watching.
Yes, I never forget Optimus Prime, mostly because of your constant reminders. I mean, they make it somewhat difficult to forget. So let's go take a look here at our Illyrium pile, just to see how large it is, and yeah, we need some cash, desperately, in fact. We really need an influx of cash, and we have a ton of Illyrium and alloys here. So we're going to get rid of some of this. We just picked up 40 Illyrium. We're going to get rid of, go down to 200. On alien alloys, we're going to go down to probably 225, maybe. See where that puts us. Not quite where I want to be. We're going to go down to 225 weapon fragments as well. Don't really want to sell any meld. Plenty of stasis tanks. We really have a lot of
Running out
flight
of
computers
time.
and power sources.
Everyone's getting a little thin.
Out of time for what, Bradford? Shut the fuck up. I mean, seriously, the stuff that you've been saying lately doesn't even make sense in any kind of context. I think you're doing shrooms somewhere. Bradford is just like, when he's not busy standing in Central, is running off and just fucking pounding shrooms down as fast as he can get them into his face. Then he comes out all whacked out on peyote and tries to convince us that aliens have landed in the base, and everyone is confused by what the hell he's talking about. Alright, so 590 credits out of that. I do want to take a look at our research as well. 3 days to a chem grenade, 9 days to plasma weapons. So I was going to see about saving a little bit of that cash, but with 9 days to plasma weapons, probably don't really need to do that. What we do need to do, however, is build a few facilities. So we don't have the power to build anything at the moment, except for an alien power supply. I think we should be able to build one of those. Yeah. So we need this Illyrium generator, which is one of the reasons why I was sort of liquidating some assets. 30 Illyrium, 30 alloys, 2 UFO power sources. We have plenty of all this stuff, and that's going to give us enough power to power the rest of our base. So we're going to go ahead and start that construction. And I believe that's it. I do want to check the foundry very quickly. There may be a foundry project I've overlooked as well. I don't think so. Alien nucleonics. Oh, that's the just more Illyrium from down UFOs. Honestly, I have enough Illyrium that I was just fucking selling the shit. It oddly seems like I need an Illyrium scavenging ability at this point. Probably a poor investment. So we'll go ahead and hang on to what resources we have. And with those things all taken care of, guess we'll go ahead and wrap things up. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comments section. Of course, your support does really mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see more daily XCOM, consider subscribing as well. We'll see you again soon.